So this is a conversation, okay? Our company is called YBN, Your Business Nation. The technology we use is called 12-step cash flow, right? It's a digital marketing platform that we program from scratch. So, and we white labeled it, so it's ours. So this is a conversation about the customer journey. It's a conversation about innovative strategies that you can implement. We will talk about funnel mastery and strategic marketing. And the question is why? Because leads fall through the cracks. And they do. And I've been there, I've done that, and we brought a solution to minimize that those leads do not fall through the cracks. So it's all about the customer journey. And the customer journey is really about connecting with them, having a conversation, and then being able to convert them into a client, into a customer, into a loyal client, into a loyal customer. So the name of the game is capture, nurture, and close. It's about capturing leads, creating that engagement, closing them as a client. It's about talking to strangers, which are leads, nurturing a conversation with them so they become a prospect, they become a friend. And then when they become a client, they become family. And that's the customer journey. Capture, nurture, close, strangers, friends, family. Very simple. Did you know that 44% of business owners give up on follow-up with their leads after the first attempt? And there's only about 8% of business owners that have some type of system in place where they're able to follow up 100% during that customer journey. I've been there. I've been to, listen, I was a BNI director for many, many years up in Montreal, Canada. And we did these networking events all the time. And I remember when I would go to other networking events, I would go, whether it's live, but there's a lot more live virtual events now than, I mean, there's more virtual events right now than live, which is great because you could do more events. But I remember going to these events and I always had a target, right? I would get in my Batmobile, it would take an hour, go to the event, 2 hours, come back an hour. And that was about 3 or 4 hours of my time. Then my goal was always 10 business cards. That was my goal. And when I would come back to the office, that's when the challenge began, is how do you follow up with these 10 business cards? And that challenge is very understandable. It's very easy because you get a business card, you got a name, sometimes you have a website, sometimes usually you have a name and a website, and sometimes you don't have a phone number, sometimes you had a fax number, and sometimes you just had an email. And it was very difficult to follow up because you take your business cards and then, okay, this one I'm going to call, leave a message. Oh, that one I can't call. I got to go on Facebook. Oh, that lady, she only has a fax number. Oh, she only has a website. Now you have to go to the website, right? And some people have only their Facebook. So now you got to connect with them in Facebook. And the thing I love the most over the last year of people that have these networking events, and they put in the chat their LinkedIn. I love that. You and I know that if somebody puts their LinkedIn connection out of 10 people, you may have 4 or 5 that will really get back to you. And then you go to the same event a month later, right? And then the same person's there. You want to connect with them, they put their LinkedIn. And now you're trying to connect to them again to their LinkedIn profile. And last month, when you try to connect, they still didn't go check out their LinkedIn profile. So it's challenging to follow up 100%. It's very, very challenging. And I always say then the fun begins. And we had all different type of systems. I had these Post-it yellow and blue and green. And one was because I left an email, and the other one was because I left a voicemail, and the other one because I connected to them on social media. Now, just think of 2 events per week. That's have the capability of following up with 800 people over the next 10 months. Practically impossible. And those digital business cards are awesome. I have one on my phone. It's at jock360.com is on my phone, and that's how I connect. And you'll see later on how I use a 360, and it's very, very efficient. And if ever you wanted to have a copy, I have a free version I can share with the audience today. But what's happening right now, so you go to the event, and now they have, oh, you can do the QR code, and you scan it, it goes into your phone. Now it goes into your database of 1,000 or 2,000 contacts. Now, out of 10 people, my memory's okay. I probably remember 4 or 5 names, right? But when I got back to the office, I'm saying to myself, like, where are these people? If you don't remember their name and they're in your database, you're pretty much cooked. It's very difficult to follow up. That's another challenge right now with those digital business cards. There are ways to work around that, and we can have that into another conversation. One morning I woke up and I said, okay, Jacques, something's wrong here. Okay, you meet 20 people a week, 80 people a month, and I'm only able to close about one client a week, right? That's 4 clients a month. That's not enough, and it's really hurting my cash flow. Why? Because my leads were falling through the cracks. I was challenged in how to do perfect follow-up. So then I said, that's it. I have to shop around for solutions. I've had it. And that was a couple of years ago. So we put together a system, a follow-up system, about 6 or 7 years ago called 12-Step Cash Flow. And it was very manual until we found the software to put it all together. Today, I love my business world. And the reason I love it is because we've developed a platform where it's like a CRM. The CRM has to be powerful. The way we set it up is if you click on one profile, you get all the cell phone communications, all the texting messages, all the emails, all the social media interactions. Like, for example, I connected with them on Facebook. I connected with them on LinkedIn. I connected with them on Instagram. It's all there, including voicemail. They call me. I'm not available right now at 2 p.m. Eastern time because I'm on a webinar with you people, with you great people. Then when I get off of my webinar, that voicemail of whoever called me is in my CRM, is in my 12-step cash flow marketing system. Freaking powerful. And again, freaking powerful, because now I don't miss any communications. And when I set a call up with somebody, I just got to go there 1 or 2, 3 minutes and see everything that came in from that contact. And this is great with your clients, with your customers, because now you have 100% follow-up at the tips of your finger, at your fingertips. And there's a telephone app too. So you can do everything from your telephone app. You can do anything and everything from your Mac or your PC computer. So, and that's why we call it 12-step cash flow marketing system. Full integration, different sources, all on one platform, and fully controllable by a cell phone app. So what's the power behind 12-step cash flow? My name is Jacques Skutecki. I'm a business innovation strategist, and I'm a McGill graduate, born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I was in the pharmaceutical industry for plus 10 years. I created an import-export company, fancy food from Montreal into San Francisco into LA. And then I got involved in the barter industry. By the way, bartering is the best kept business secret because it keeps your cash flow. And then I said it right before COVID, the whole world was shut down and my clients could not pay me anymore, right? Because there was no business. So then I decided to open my digital marketing agency, and our 12-step cash flow was already being used, was being fine-tuned. And then we were able to integrate it with this company now called yourbusinessnation.com. I'm a co-author of a book called Drive to Success, and this book is about all of my failures. Myself and 9 other co-authors, we talk about our failures. What happened at 9/11? What happened at COVID? And what did we learn from that? And how did our business go to the next level? Because basically, I'm one of those serial entrepreneurs. I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to watch Mad Men, and Don Draper is some type of icon of during the 50s. And he's talking with his secretary, and he says the future of advertising is socially integrated through digital platforms. And that's what we are living right now. And that's where we have to talk about cash flow. So if there's no cash flow, there's no business. And cash flow is the center, because to get cash flow, right, you need clients. And to get clients, you need leads. So that triangle, leads, clients, cash flow, right? You get your cash flow, then you can invest in marketing. You come back to get more leads. And again, capture, nurture, close. Cash flow is all about client and all about leads that become prospects, prospect that becomes clients, paying clients. And because you got paying clients, you got cash flow. And a lot of us, we get so busy in our day-to-day routine that we forget that. So leads become prospects, prospect becomes customer. What are leads? Leads are strangers. What are prospects? Prospects are friends. What are customers? Customers are client. And that's the type of funnel that brings cash flow into an organization. A lot of business owners that we work with, they say, oh, I am too busy, to add something else to what I'm doing. We're not adding anything. What we're doing is we're optimizing your time, your marketing time, and your staff time to make sure that you're more efficient in reaching out and following up. Because we all love customers. We all love customers. I'm not going to go too far into this conversation about sales cycle, but I think it's really important to be able to look at your own business and say, okay, like I need $10,000 a month to stay open, or I need $100,000 a month to stay open, or maybe $1,000 a month to stay open. And you really have to understand how many new clients do you need to be able to reach that amount of cash flow so you stay open. And hopefully you can pay yourself a salary. And that is where we have to understand how many clients I need, how many leads I need to work with on a monthly basis to be able to reach that cash flow, to stay open, and to pay myself a salary. Now you can do a backward calculation. Okay, I need, for example, in our business, we need between 8 and 10 new clients, right, to be comfortably with our cash flow. So then we do the back, we got to do the back math and say, okay, how many leads do I need to talk to every month to be able to get that conversion, to get my 8 or 10 new clients a month? And once you know that, it's just so much easier to have an understanding on how to get there, and then where to find your leads, right? Because you need to find your leads. If you don't know where they are, then we need to have that conversation. And that's where I come into short-term, medium-term, and long-term sales cycle. Short-term is all about people that are looking, like, for example, it's a couple of days. It takes a couple of days for the buyer to take a decision. House repairs, car repair, eating out. Eating out is the same day, right? You go on your phone, you do a search, you go to websites, you go to Google Business Profiles, and you say, okay, we're going to eat in 6 hours or in 2 hours or in 20 minutes. That's a short term. Medium term is really when you have a project. You say, I need to have roofing services next summer. I need to buy new marketing services, hopefully sometime in 2 months or in 3 months. Or I want to buy a new house item, a piece of furniture, a new stove, a new fridge. That's a medium term sales cycle. And then the long term is, it can be as long as a real estate agent with whom you do business every 10 or 15 years. It can be your insurance company, dental insurance, or your chiropractor, or that you do business with once a month or 2 times a year. And that becomes more of a loyalty relationship than anything else. So to end this conversation, we need to have a good understanding of the concepts on how to generate those leads. We need to understand the strategy to capture those leads. And how do we create that engagement? Why? Because the more you create engagement with your leads, the more easier it is to close them with less resistance. Because don't forget, people are working with you through the engagement process, right? Because they want to learn something about you. And they know that they have a certain interest to resolve a certain problem or a certain pain they have in their company. And that's why they're following you. That's why they're reading your emails. That's why they're looking at your videos. That's why they're going to your websites, right? And the whole purpose is to shorten that sales cycle, right? Because the shorter the customer journey, the more conversion you're going to get. And at the end of the day, you're going to get a better bottom line. So now we start the conversation about how do we generate leads? Well, you can use cheerleaders. I'm in Vegas, at the corners, there's always this dude that got the sign running around because they're selling puppies, and a half a mile further, they have a furniture store sales going on, and usually it's with the girl. So this may not be the best way for you to do it, right? To generate those leads. But let me share with you 6 basic ways. Number 1, the best leads you can get is from your current clients. That is the best leads because they can give you they can give a testimonial about the service they got with you, and they understand the culture of your organization. Another good way is to network. And networking is not about dumping a 2 or 3 minute sales pitch when you meet strangers. It should be about 1 minute. Just say, my name is Jacques Scudetti, and what we do is we empower business owners to find more leads, to nurture them, and have my business owners close with less resistance. And then usually you're going to get, tell me more. When you want to work with referrals, whether it's with your clients that buy from you or strangers that you meet at networking events or wherever, you have to train them on what to say about you. So if you want referrals, they have to be able to understand what you do, and then they got those keywords to make sure that connection is being done. Discount programs are great because they're an incentive, right? You say, hey, I would love you to join my email blast. Why? Because now you can become part of our club, of our loyalty program. We'll give you a 5% or a $500 discount on a $5,000 purchase, right? So now you give people an incentive to find out more about what you are doing because they have an intention down the road to make a purchase. Live chats are the most important. They are instant. And we also do a presentation on Google Business Profile. We work with a lot of retailers across the US. And for God's sakes, when somebody is on the phone and they click chat on your Google Business Profile or on your website or on your landing page, right? Those are the 3 main areas you can generate traffic into your business. When they click and someone is answering, that's a person that's ready to buy. That's instant leads. Very, very, very powerful. And there's social media marketing. And don't forget, we all know that it's not because you got 5,000 followers on your Facebook or 3,000 followers on your LinkedIn that means you're getting business. No, it doesn't. You have to bring them into your sales funnel to be able to convert them, again, from strangers into friends, friends into family. How do you capture leads, right? How do you capture those leads? You got to create some engagement. This is from the Golden Girls. And I thought that when you look at this video or this GIF, I think it's GIF or GIF, it's just energetic, right? You just dance, you just, I remember my parents used to do this. My parents are from Europe, and they used to do this polka thing during their events, and they would go all over the living room and the dining room and through the house. And I don't know why, it was just engaging to join that event. I didn't know why we were doing it. We're supposed to have fun, but it felt good. And that's what you want with your leads. You want them to feel good. So how do you do that? You need to have compelling content. That's how you attract them. You got to motivate them to sign up to your newsletter or whatever piece of marketing material you got that you're sending on a regular basis. Different marketing materials, different messages. It's not the best idea when you meet somebody to send them right away a sales brochure. Don't forget, lead capture pages are meant to create a nurturing program. Website is a catalog about your offerings. It's like a brochure of who you are, right? Where lead capture pages are very helpful because you can have 3 different lead capture pages that address one pain point that offers one solution. And the other thing that's really powerful is promotions, because when you say, hey, we have a promotion, right? We're going to give this for free for 30 days. And then you can upgrade to a regular client. That's a promotion, right? I'm going to give you a $500 certificate today. So when you buy our program, that's over $5,000, you're going to get instantly a $500 bonus or credit or off the final price. Webinar registrations are great because people attend webinars to learn something. They want to be able, if you pay a couple of $100, you go see your lawyer or you go see your CPA, you're bored probably because I'm bored, but I know that I'm going to walk out of there and I'm going to learn one thing about my taxes. I'm going to learn one thing about the law. The rest of the stuff I know. And that's why most of the people love to attend webinars. You're doing it in the comfort of your office, home office or real office or virtual office. And now you're able to say, I got this idea. I got that idea. A good way to capture leads is by offering quizzes and surveys. And that's on social media. That's where really you want to do quiz and surveys because that's where you can start creating an interaction. Then you make an offer, and now they are connected to your world of marketing communications, marketing education. And personal landing pages are wow. They have to be stunning, and they have to be able to address one problem, one concern, one pain point. So we have like 10 different landing pages for what we do at 12-Step Cash Flow because we address different pain points for different business owners. Oh, and by the way, I am going to make a complimentary offer at the end of the presentation. So stick on, stay tuned, you will love what we have to offer. What is creating engagement? And when I saw this little video or this GIF, I said, like, what is creating engagement, right? The guy says, you are my sauce. The lady says, you are my noodle. There's a connection there. They have something in common and they want to experience something together. So here are the best ways on creating engagement. A good way to create engagement is while you are in that customer journey, right? You are a friend. If you can connect with anybody, with a sales rep, with the customer service department, you will have a taste of the experience of the culture of that company. When you have a human contact, it's great because you say, I like the way that person is talking. I like their personality, or I don't like it. But that positive experience is crucial to build trust, like in understanding, because the engagement process, right, is all about building the trust in what you do, that they understand what you do, and they like doing business with you. Provide free resources. The customer journey is all about education. It's all about giving information. It's all about explaining so people feel comfortable with the solution that you may offer to them. It's got to be educational content. And don't forget that why people listen to you or read your stuff is because they want to have a better future. Basic stuff. And sometimes we forget them. You need to have consistent branding, whether it's your logo, whether it's your background, whether it is the colors on your website, your landing pages, right? That are marketing tools have to be awesome. And as we all know today, video is creating engagement at an incredible incredible level. We have an event that we are hosting next week, and we had about 6,000 invitations. And what we're noticing is that the first 2 weeks with 6,000 people, we're getting about 10-12% open rates, right? And now what we noticed, we put so okay, let me try with video. And when we integrated a piece of video on Monday, now we're getting around 20% engagement, which obviously people love videos. They sell, especially if they're like 30 seconds and no longer than 1 minute. Share success stories, share testimonials. What is closing with less resistance? How do you close? Like sometimes you say, I was so close to getting that customer. And then we can have a conversation about closing with less resistance. But what is the type of close that you use? There's a trial close, right? You have open-ended questions about the experience they had, learning what you do. And then what you're going to do is you're going to customize the feedback and say, okay, you like A and B. Well, are you ready to start next Monday or next month? Right? Because you liked A and B, and those are the conversations we had. A choice close is you give them clearly defined options. Now, you know that number one, you're going to get more clients. Number two, it's going to impact your cash flow. Now we have package A and we have package B. Which one would you like? That's a choice close. The urgency close is when you have a sense of urgency, when you have scarcity. You say, today I only have 5, and we're going to give $1,000 bonus if you act before midnight. That's the urgency close. And those usually, that type of close, in my experience, gives you the best options, gives you the best results. The puppy dog close is when you're not too you're not too serious, or you're not too sure on how you should present your offer. Oh, I am going to give you a money back guarantee. I'm going to give you a free trial of 30 days, 60 days. It's a low risk for the client, and it's a clear process. I also love using this because that's how they determine how we work, the culture of our organization. And depending what your product or service is, a puppy close is pretty powerful too. The porcupine close is, it's objection after objection after objection. Then you want to redirect your focus right on the question, and there's another objection, and it's just like going back and forth, like a ping pong tournament. And the silent close, I guess everybody knows about that one, is what we call the pregnant pause. You can say, okay, here is my offer. We are ready to start next Monday. Are you? And then you wait 30 seconds or 3 minutes, and usually the first person who talks loses. And that's an older technique. I guess this new generation doesn't really use what they call the pregnant pause or the silent close. But that also can be very, very powerful. When somebody doesn't know what they want, but they love what you do, and they're not sure if they're going to take a decision today, this can be also a very powerful way of closing a deal. I don't know if you were able to watch the series Succession on HBO. What a great show. This is the older son. He's pretty much of a loser, and then he goes to negotiate a deal, and he screws up like all the way from A to Z. He was not prepared. He had no listening skills. Great show if you want to see a little bit about some family drama and how this dude doesn't know how to do any sales. So here's my complimentary offer today. I'm going to offer our professional version of 12-step cash flow, which is a CRM, as we discussed, free for 30 days. You're going to be introduced to the world of how to capture, how to nurture, and how to close. This professional package is worth $497 a month. And what it does, it gives you an email system. It gives you an email tracking system. It gives you a landing page with your picture, with your logo and your offer. It also allows you to manage your contact. It's got a contact management mobile module attached to it. And also you can do Facebook Messenger. We have video trainings
No, that one sounds good actually. Yeah.
and works very well. So the question is, are you in? Because we're throwing money out the window, I guess. I just thought this picture
No,
was
that one sounds good.
pretty awesome. Okay, and I'm going to give you a bonus offer today. And what the bonus offer is that whoever decides to want to try our CRM for 30 days for free, we'll have a business strategy call together. This is from South Park when there was the drama in the city, and this is the mayor saying, you got to do the right thing. So very interesting. So I think, to do the right thing, hop on the bandwagon, and let's have our business strategy call. So what I am doing is I'm inviting you to text my phone at 323-590-0437 right now. Text me your name, text me your email, and we'll be in touch. So 323-590-0437, your name, your email, and that's all we need. We'll email you back a link. I'll text you back a link where you're going to have the landing page where you can join or you can take advantage of our offer for 30 days. Why are we doing that for free? Because I noticed that when you don't know that you don't know, you can't appreciate. And once you look at the system, you get a feel of the system, you're going to compare with what you're doing. You say, oh my God, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But I don't have this, I don't have that feature, I don't have that feature, I don't have that feature. So we're just introducing you into the world of 12-step cash flow marketing digital.
Okay, great.
Our strategy call is going to be what is your main challenge? We're going to brainstorm an option and we're going on different options to resolve what your pain point is right now. And we're going to put together a strategic action plan of 30 days. This is worth $4.99. It's about 45 to 50 minutes. And if you want to do this business strategy call, what we need is you to fill out about 10 questions because I need to do my homework and figure out what is your website, what are you doing on social media. I got to look and have an understanding. I got to find out who you guys are than going just on a cold call. So then our 45 minutes, our 50 minutes will be very, very productive. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you so much for joining this presentation.